Now, I think we are ready to invite and welcome Anastasiia Naumenko, Head of Education at SendPulse.
Hello.
Anastasiia, welcome. It's so great to have you with us today, and we are excited to hear your insights on finding the perfect balance between AI chatbots and human agents. So the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And please let me know if you can see me, hear me well, and we will proceed to my talk. Okay, I see the answers in the chat, and I would guess you can see and hear me clearly. I wanted to talk and to continue our conference with the talk about how to implement AI into your chatbot flows, into your messaging apps communication, and where is that perfect balance? Because I mean, for past couple years, AI became a staple in our everyday routine. We try to research things through AI chatbots. We analyze, we create content, obviously, create images through AI. And it wasn't a long time since businesses decided to utilize this power to create a communication using AI. And it will be, my talk today will be gradual transition from previous talk, how business can, or you personally can implement messages in messaging apps to communicate with your customers, potential customers, and how to upgrade and elevate this experience with the use of AI. And obviously with this huge jump in how AI changes every day with new models, new companies who provide AI solutions, it wasn't a long time since we started talking, should AI actually substitute people in carrying those communications and messaging apps or not? So I hope with today's talk that I have, we will find the answer to this question. And as AI became part of messaging and talking and part of customer support for businesses, it's quite a common thing that you can see on the screen now when you try to reach out to a business to order something, to get answer to your question about the conditions or return policy, and all you do is talk with an AI. An AI can make mistakes. So here it's like definitely human manager would be better than AI. Or something like this where you can try to find a real person, a real human being in that chat, and it precedes you with bot AI answers. And you just can't stand it. And as Alex said before, you just look for those three dots and just block and never try to reach out again. So before we will talk on how, I want to show you a real case of a customer of SendPulse who utilizes SendPulse chatbots, who actually used AI integration, AI chatbot in their summer campaign. Maroni is a women clothing mid to high segment brand who sells their products on Instagram. And during their summer campaign, they used AI chatbot to carry out inquiries during that summer campaign, because you know when it's a sales season, you get a lot of customers, a lot of questions, a lot of messages. And during their summer campaign, they, with the help of AI, as you can see on the screen, they got 147 inquiries and made 34 sales. And as you can see on the graph, 80% of inquiries were processed by AI on its own. And when we talk about sales, 62% of sales were closed by AI. But those 38% of sales were carried out by human agents who handled not like prompt, easy easy conversations or easy questions that were able to be handled by AI and by prompt. And let's move to how to do it. Architecture that made it work for Maroni for this women clothing brand was a whole system. What also previous speaker mentioned. It's not just a chat, it's AI agent who qualified, collected data, segmented contacts, CRM that actually stored that information, created deals, saved the history of communication, assigned tags, so on, and a human agent who saw full context and never started from zero because AI agent, AI chatbot already qualified and collected data. And it was all done in SendPulse, where you can see on the screen, you can use not only one messenger, it can be a Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Telegram, obviously WhatsApp, Viber Messenger, TikTok, and even online chat on your website. Those are all the channels that can be used in one system with the help of our CRM. And you can, luckily for you and for us, integrate AI into that flow in all of those messaging platforms. So when we talk about how you integrate AI into your business communications, I would like to use this framework of 3 different levels of using AI in the communication. Those would be first level, like a basic level, AI FAQs. So it will be AI integration that handles frequently asked questions like how your business operates, what are the services you provide, what is the catalog, what are your working hours, how the shipping works, and so on. Second level will be AI qualification, where AI enables data collecting in your messaging communication processes. Those will be like questions about name is the obvious one. You can get it from CRM or from an account name, but you still need to collect that data and store it into your system. It can be done with the chatbot. Also, AI in this case can ask about email, phone number, delivery address, interest in your services, interest in your products, sizing, colors, season, whatever that can be useful in your ongoing marketing campaigns. And the third level, the most advanced level, is actual AI agent that works with integration. So it's a level about just storing data in the CRM. It would be like an agent that can use external data, analyze it, and give it the answer. For example, it can be asking about the stock you have in your back office, or current time of a delivery if the person orders right now and it's the evening, like how long it will take to process, or when is the upcoming sale, or what was the last order or the last inquiry this customer had with your business. So I want you to think according to this framework, what level are you in right now? And hopefully by the end of my talk, you will be motivated and like inspired to try more and upgrade to a next level. Or maybe you are at the third level where you use MCP servers for external data and you want to make more or test out more, or maybe scale it to different channels or through the channels, maybe your website and as well as WhatsApp. Let me know in the chat. And maybe you're at a level 0 and you just start on this journey. Let us know in the chat. So let's go in depth on the levels. Each level has its own use cases, its own common mistakes, and necessary points that will make you understand that you're ready to move to the second level. On the first level, as I said, if it's frequently asked questions, AI processor or manager. It solves repetitive questions, obviously, that don't need human touch or human time to process them. Common mistakes here is no knowledge base, not in-depth prompt, and AI can hallucinate answers. I bet all of you already experienced that when talking to ChatGPT or any other platform, when AI just makes up information and uses it in the communication. Oh, I see someone is on the level 1. It's nice. Someone is on level 0. I hope you will be motivated and inspired to move further. And if you are on the first level as Paul, you are ready for level 2 when most questions need context your FAQ doesn't cover. So it can be like when you get questions about those like stock or pull out data from your CRM system or from the previous inquiries. Level 2 is the level where we work with the data that's already been collected or being collected during the dialogue. It solves lead qualification, which is necessary to collect that data to tailor your marketing activities and marketing communication further. What Oleg also mentioned, like that needed personalization, that personal touch. So your messages, even if they are made by AI chatbot, they still look human-like, or the customer feels like you know him. It's like tailored specifically for Olena or myself. So here your AI chatbot or your AI agent will collect data before, if it's obviously necessary, hand off to human. Common mistakes here is that that data is not stored. You did not set it up so the data is stored into your CRM, or it's not transferred externally if you use outside system to store that data. And at this level, you are ready for level 3 when you need AI to pull live data or make complex decisions based on that data. Level 3 is a full-on AI agent with integrations. It works through API. It can ask for data from MCP servers or CRM. It can call back the answers or the data that has been collected in the chat. This AI agent can make decisions on that live data and hand off to a human manager, human communicator, only when it should be handled. Examples, as I already said, like, is this dress available in size M? It won't be stored in your prompt or in your instruction or database, like in FAQ example. And in this case, MCP will check inventory, AI will respond with current stock, and no human needed here. If you don't have those connections, definitely AI will need to hand off the conversation to a live human manager agent who will check the stock and give the answer. If you're on this level and you have that integration working, AI chatbot can do it on its own. And a quick explanation of MCP server for people who are not so tech savvy and don't know what's up with that whole AI craze. MCP is a protocol, like a connection way for AI to transfer data. Actually, SendPulse has now its own MCP server. I will talk about it a little bit later. So when I mention MCP, it means like a way of AI to communicate and process data. How AI agent works inside the chatbot flow. You always have to remember that it's just not a standalone tool. You don't just set it up and it's a step in the scenario. It is set of tools that are used to make the communication flow naturally with the use of that data. So user messages you, AI agent activates, a context is formed from the data that is stored in your CRM or fetched from your FAQ or prompt. LLM processes that data and response returns to a flow. And then this automation can continue or being hand off to a human agent. So you need to remember that AI is part of the system, not a replacement of it, and you definitely need to train it and treat it as a tool that works for you, that needs an instruction, and obviously needs to being kept. So you need to check it and improve it or tailor it to your use cases, the chats that are preceded. Prompt, you probably, if you ever used AI, you heard about prompts, how to create a perfect prompt. In the SendPulse, you can set up this prompt at the step of AI agent in your messages flow, in your pipeline that goes in your messaging app. And there are 5 essential blocks, essential pieces of information that you need to insert into your prompt. It's a role, tone, constraints. Those are essentials, constraints, and action logic. And obviously the response format. So your chatbot, AI agent in your chatbot answers naturally and up to your brand. It also needs to have constraints to know when to stop and when to hand off a dialogue further, or when it's time to process the payment, create a deal, and send out just reminders and thank you messages for purchasing. What makes it different? The prompt lives inside of the flow. It has access to your data stored in your CRM, exit conditions, and CRM actions. On the screen, you can see how you set up an AI agent in your chatbot flow. What AI agent actually sees, as I said, only what you pass into the context. You can set it all up in settings of your AI agent. It's conversation history, contact variables, knowledge base, and even your MCP server data. If you don't provide prompt or you don't provide those integrations, AI is blind. There is no point of having this AI agent or AI helper in your communications. So treat context and data for AI as its fuel, and AI is just a truck that you're using to drive your communication. A response in seconds, beats will get back to you. So top of the funnel where the speed matters the most, speed matters definitely more, and I would say the most. Definitely it means more than depth of the answers is where you definitely need to use AI. So at the start of the dialogue. As we saw in previous talk, it just message like, hello, this is AI helper, AI assistant, or your AI agent, Max. I'm here to help you with your question. Let me get to know you more. Or like already answering the first question, the initial question that your customer came in. And now I will sound a little bit controversial as the person who represents SendPulse and helps you and sells you the service that provides AI tools. But you should definitely know when you should not add AI, when you're good with just good old chatbot, good old chatbot predicted flow, is that when you don't have structured data. You need to fix your data first. Don't let AI handle just not structured data. No CRM also, like get a CRM first, store that data. You need a place where you store that data, and all the data that is collected in those messages in that communication will be written down into your CRM. If you don't have handoff logic, design the process first. Analyze what is the most common flows or most common templates, or like how usually your customers communicate with you in the chats, and where AI is not enough. And if no one owns the support, it's also a problem. You should assign ownership first, the person who is in charge of this whole process. And AI will be like a new junior support member who will need throughout instructions, structured information, and explanation what to do in every case scenario. So remember, I won't fix broken processes. It will just automate them faster, and it will be worst case scenario where AI just completing your chaos. It's just a bigger chaos. One common mistake that we see often is handoff logic, AI to human. The handoff should be always programmed. Triggers commonly would be negative sentiment in the messages, objection outside of AI scope, like outside of the prompt that you put in, non-standard request, high-value deals. In the flow, it will be set up in the conditions when AI should stop the conversation and transfer the chat further. And always remember to store the complex questions so the human agent will see them in the card of this customer. So the number one mistake also that can be automated is making the customer repeat everything. Bad handoff is where you did not written down the data into CRM. And when the person, like a human agent, starts takes over the conversation and makes the customer repeat itself. In SendPulse, you can see the history of conversation, or if you use external CRMs, you should definitely take your time and set up so all the data will be written down externally. So for the customer should be looking like this person is talking to a support representative, not to disconnected agents who work for different companies and don't know what's up even with this conversation or how to handle it. And now when you always need a human. If you are dealing with objection, doubts, non-standard cases, customer decision in general is really purely rational. It can be programmed. We're all human beings with our history, and those emotion, trust, and nuances, those are still needing the person to kick in and handle over chat. In example on the screen, you can see the case when a person wants to change the products the person bought and pay the difference. Definitely it's something that can be handled by a bot, by a simple prompt, and you need to kick in a person, so you will need to politely say, I'm handling over this conversation to a human agent, and human agent can figure it out for the customer. And when we are, as marketers or business owners, setting up new processes, we definitely need to measure. So what you need to measure when talking about AI agent in your conversations with customers. Percent of inquiries handled automatically by AI. Percent of escalations to humans. In comparison to humans, AI conversion rate versus human conversion rate, as we saw in our case of women clothing brand. Average response time, how long does it take to answer and handle the conversation or to close it to a deal, and total percent of sales or number of sales. AI, you need to remember that AI is a tool you control and measure, not an autonomous organism. So you definitely need to treat it as a as a manager you hire that needs to achieve certain goals that you set up. Common mistakes, moving to those common mistakes when creating AI bot. Vague prompt, it needs to be structured, normal, detailed prompt that will have all the nuances and all the data you need to cover. And no constraints. Remember about constraints when AI needs to stop the conversation. No exit conditions, the same with the previous point. Variables not tracked. I hope I delivered that message throughout my presentation. And no testing. So when you're setting up this process, you need not to only right away pull it and insert it into your processes. You need to test it out yourselves. You need to see when AI is not answering the way you envisioned it to do. And obviously, after you covered all those mistakes, it's time for scaling. And with scaling, I would say that you need to first start with the one channel, one scenario. I set up all the data transfer, connected to CRM, if needed, connected it through API and MCP servers, and then only copy that flow to different channels. As I said in SendPulse, it's easy to do, and you can use it for various messaging apps or even on your website. If you're scaling without architecture, without fixing mistakes, it will be a chaos at scale. So making a turnaround to the beginning of my talk, what is the balance between AI and human when you're handling your business communication? And I would say that question was never AI or human. The real question is how to create architecture for your business so it will meet your business goals. Which level of integration matches your business today, and what do you need to build or fix before you move to the next one? And hopefully for all of us, we have SendPulse. It's an ecosystem of tools that can handle all your marketing and sales processes in one place, all in one platform. Everything is connected, starting from communication in various messaging apps through chatbots or live agents, to your email marketing, building CRM, online courses if you need or sell those. You can automate sales pipelines. You can create a landing page, collect subscribers to your newsletters through pop-ups. It's everything that you actually need. And even if you are utilizing SMS messages in your marketing, it can also be done in this one system. So in SendPulse, I see my timing is a little bit tight right now. In SendPulse, AI agent is an element in your chatbot flow. I won't go in depth on that. So what is special about SendPulse AI agents, the one you can insert into your system and your communication, is that it's an element in your flow that can be set up in specific flow, and it can be prompted at the certain flow at the certain stage of your flow. So it's not like a one chatbot for one integration for all dialogues. It can be used in different scenarios differently. It's something that is extremely useful these days, extremely useful for that personalization factor that is easily detected, and you can tailor it to your needs. You can logic track, and you can make it conditional. You can move clients to funnels only after completing certain actions. You can all set it up easily in the flow. You can store data. You can set up what data exactly store, to what variables, save data to what variables specifically. You can also use external data. It can be data from Google Sheets, API responses from outside systems, contact variables, knowledge base files, even web search or external MCP servers. MCP server is something new we added, so now you can not only collect data from your outside MCP servers, but also send data from SendPulse MCP server to your AI agents or AI assistants that you use. For example, keeping track of how many orders you got today, or if there are any escalations, or what tasks should be closed regarding certain customer. So I want you to now understand what your next steps will be. You should audit your current chatbot or your current messages flow in your messaging apps. You need to understand how many conversations end with "let me transfer you to someone," or "I need to check that information." All of that is your starting point. Those are the messages that can be handled by AI agent in your messaging app. And with SendPulse bonus, you can get 30 days free access to SendPulse chatbots today. I bet Olena will share that link with you in the chat. You can scan the QR code right now. We will give you a 30 days free subscription to our chatbot service, where you can automate all of that communication with your customers through various channels, test out our AI integration, and set it up and see it for yourself absolutely free for upcoming 30 days. Thank you. I hope I'm on time. I'm ready to answer all the questions. I wanted to motivate you to start using AI in business processes. Don't be afraid of it, and scale it up to your business needs, so AI can handle all the routine tasks and you can focus on more hard, complex tasks. Thank you.
Nastya, thank you so much for the session. That was really practical and insightful. So let's get to the questions. I can see one question in the chat. So question from Alex: how do you train chatbots to understand and respond effectively to customer intent?
Thank you for your question, Alex. Here it will be the basically the prompt that you set up. It won't be so basically, when you add that AI agent, it will understand the sentiment, all the questions outside of your prompt, and it can act according to it. So it won't be just working straight to the prompt. If person asks, I don't know, how fast the order ships after I completed it, it will be answering only according to your prompt, saying, oh, this is our store, we work from Monday to Friday. It will answer with a live, real answers, human-like, but according to your prompt, it can insert answers to specific questions that are in the context. And also the context will be the data that you want AI to analyze. It can be the data from variables, from previous conversations. On some of my previous slides, I showed how the AI agent element settings are. So if you were attentive, you could see that there are like setting up those variables and setting up the context that is proceed, like from the conversation context of the dialogue overall that is preceded by AI.
Yeah, thank you, Nastya. Also, you will have the opportunity to get the presentation, and the recording will be available publicly on YouTube, so you can get to this slide. Thank you for the question. Thank you, Nastya. Thank you so much. We'll let you go for now, but everyone stay tuned. Anastasiia will be back in a bit as the moderator for our panel discussion. So, Nastya, talk soon.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.